Are you a big Red Sox fan?
I was years ago, but
announcing you can check in if you haven't.
when I get big into the money and shit.
It's after 9. You want to start or should
Can I get a picture of you on the field real quick just for my story?
I think he does want to do this.
I think we could pick. Everybody sign in. We're going to start picking teams. Everybody sign in.
Smile.
Say hi to everybody.
We're ready.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in the witness protection program.
We'll edit you out.
You're out.
Good guy.
Woo. What a swing. Does Dr. Charles know that you're a swinger?
All right, guys.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Senior Softball Opening Day. My name is Doug Belanger, and as president of our organization,
Good to see you, Juan.
and officially this is our 30th anniversary. To be fair to Ray and Leo, who would correct me, they did play a number of years ahead of time, but this is when they incorporated and got real legal, even got insurance. So we're pretty happy with all that. We're officially called the Worcester County Senior Athletic Association. We're a group of men and women aged 55 and over who play softball from in the spring whenever Commissioner Antonelli lets us until late fall when our bodies and the weather don't. During the winter, those members who don't turn into snowbirds play volleyball over at St. Gobain. So as you can see, we're an active group. We love to play and we're competitive, but at the same time, we're open to everybody. So you youngins who are just 55 years of age or older and are interested, see one of us before the end of the game, we'll sign you up. First game's free, after that it's $50 a year. Not a bad deal. Without further ado, somebody who doesn't quite qualify, but is a year or two away, our Senator Mike Moore. Come on up.
Thanks, Doug, for inviting me today. And actually, I do qualify. I made it about 3 years ago.
Oh wow, I didn't know. Look how young you look.
Thank you. But I will say, I thought about it for a minute, then my back started to hurt, and I was like, no, this is a little too good. But thank you for inviting me here today. It's great to see this. I didn't realize you had a league, and it does make me think that hey, there were some activities for me to do in the future. But thank you. I hope you guys have a great season. You know, it's actually funny. I guess this talking about different generations today. I was actually with someone from one of the Little Leagues, and they were saying how they're having a problem with getting kids to join the Little Leagues today. You've got more players here today than that one league does. So congratulations, have a good time today or this season. And I also want to say, Doug was trying to cover every base, that he wanted to make sure you had some people here that are supportive and from the Red Sox, but they can be a Dr. Charles here, can serve as an MC here or speak, and also be your physician here. Wrong doctor?
That's right, Dennis. Close.
So, great to see you all. Hope you have a great league and good time this summer. Enjoy. And thanks, Doug, and congratulations. Oh, and also I want to thank all the sponsors that came here to support the league. And I think you're going to have a few of them speak today. Thank you.
I want to introduce our board of directors briefly. It really comes down to everybody does something and they all play a role. Some specialize more, some do more, but everybody is important. So I want to run down, just briefly introduce some guys. If you're here, wave or tip your hat or something. But my right-hand guy and our treasurer, Walter Nutter. Our go-to guy and the government liaison, and I can't tell you all the things that he does because, well, I can't tell you all the things that he does. Our former police chief, Ed Gardella.
Here's Eddie. Ready?
With a long history, these three fellas give us the balance, the newer members of the board, not only the history, but keep us from going over the edge with new ideas. We kind of blend them in. But we have John Trio, Paulie David, Tim Hanley, and Rick Munster. Give my hand. Our two newest members, and the last but not least, first Billy Devereaux, who will do whatever it needs at the last minute. Bring a ladder, for instance, show up early, do a lot of extra things, and that's Billy Devereaux.
Hey! I know.
And absolutely not the least, but the last, the guy who's brought a little character, a lot of sarcasm, and put us on YouTube and writes a newsletter that should be screened a little more often, but a lot of fun, and has added a lot of pep to our league, Brian Jensen.
Hey.
Good job, Brian.
Thanks.
Rob, come on up. Rob is, as I mentioned, the guy who lets us play, so everybody be real nice to him. And really, Rob is smart enough to know, as I mentioned, my go-to people. He's got a couple of go-to people, in Billy and Melissa. And that just tells you how good of an administrator he really is. But on behalf of the league, Rob, we really appreciate everything that your department does for us, that you guys do, and even your office. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you very much. On behalf of our department and everything else in DPW and Parks, we're excited every day to have you guys here. I live up on top of the hill, and some mornings when I'm swinging back around, I'll see everybody on here. It's really what it's about, right? Parks, this is what it's about. It's from the youngest age to the oldest age. It's trying to get everybody out here. And my staff, as one of them you can see over there, takes great pride in taking care of this field for you, making sure it's set, and making sure you guys enjoy it. One thing I do want to let you know, Ed Gardella does do a lot of work. He is at my office on a regular basis, looking for me, trying to find me. My staff do a great job in telling him that I'm not around, because you know how you can talk. So he's done a great job, and I really appreciate all of you, everybody here, everything you do. Really great, and love to have you here. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Rob. The president and CEO of Fallon, Richard Burke, is here. And as you know, Fallon has been our sponsor for pretty much our entire career here in Falcon softball. And financial contributions are always needed and welcome. So again, be real nice to Richard. Come on up.
So it's great to be here. Another beautiful day. One thing that's kind of interesting is Fallon Health has sponsored the Worcester Falcons for quite a long time, really from the beginning. So what we're seeing here today is one of our oldest sponsorships with the Worcester softball team, and one of our newest relationships with the Worcester Red Sox. So we're very proud of our deep roots in Worcester, our long-standing sponsorships, such as this one, as well as our new ones. So on behalf of our over 265,000 members, our over 1,200 employees based right here in Worcester, we're pleased to renew that sponsorship again today with the Worcester Falcons. We're also looking forward to having another softball game with some of you, as we did a few years ago. Hopefully this time we'll win. But best of luck to all of you. And a special shout out to Mr. Loring, who I regularly see sprinting across Pleasant Street into Christ the King Church. So, you know, it's a real privilege to be here with Mr. Loring. So, on behalf of Fallon Health, I'm pleased to present you, Wally, with this check in support of your softball team.
Next, it's my pleasure really to introduce a longtime friend, don't hold it against him, a longtime politician, our current mayor of the city of Worcester, Mayor Joe Petty. And we've all had our shots, but I'm letting you like anyway. See how I learned?
Dougie. Welcome everybody, 30 years. Congratulations. With Senator Moore here, Council Rosen, Council Wally couldn't make it this morning, but just say congratulations. I want to thank Richard Burke for the donation. We've invested over $70 million in our parks over the last 5 years, and this field actually looks wonderful, and we're glad to be supportive. And if Ed Gardella can play softball, I think I have a shot maybe for this team in the future. But so enjoy your day, enjoy your 30 years. It's a great team, the Worcester County Softball Senior League. It's been around a while. And Dougie, congratulations on everything you do. Much appreciated. And I want to thank the Red Sox for being here today too, the Worcester Red Sox. Thank you.
Ed's going to stick around and be one of our ceremonial pitches, which in itself ought to be entertaining. Next up is Dr. Charles Steinberg. He's the president of the WooSox. I first met Dr. Charles through a Zoom meeting for early boosters. And again, being a true leader, he knew how to delegate, and he introduced me to his staff, who have been sensational. Joe led the troops, but we have a number of folks in the office, Chris, and who am I not thinking of? Steve. And they just have been a great, they're the people, through the direction of Dr. Charles, they're the people who are organizing us to be able to go to a game as a group, bring our families, be announced on the big board, and just have a good time as our organization and with our families. Joe is also working with the operations department there so that we'll be able to hopefully play a game on and at Fuller Park. And that ought to be a highlight for all of us. We'll start at second base so a few of us can put it maybe against the wall, not me, a few of you, and you can say you bounced it off the wall at Fuller Park. We don't have to tell anybody you started at second base. So without further ado, thank you so much, Dr. Charles, for being here.
Thank you, Doug. Well, it's true. When we had a Zoom chat with our Worcester Red Sox Booster Club, you know, you see the little boxes with the faces in them, and then you see the names below. And because all of you are good baseball fans, you remember my Baltimore Orioles when I was growing up, and the great shortstop we had from Pittsfield, Massachusetts. So I saw Doug Belanger and said, oh, he's got to be related to Mark Belanger. And I insisted somehow he is, because DNA to play ball and look like this, that's I think you're related. That's you know, we called Mark Belanger the Blade. So maybe you're the Blade of Worcester. So I congratulate you. First of all, I thank you. I thank you for having me. And I congratulate all of you. It's so life-affirming to see you out here, and you're making me think, well, yeah, maybe they could play softball again. Not that I could play it well, but the idea of getting together every Tuesday and Thursday mornings, and some of you are the all-stars who go Wednesdays and Fridays. I just can't wait to have you at Polar Park. I think that would just be great. And yeah, come to games, that's fine. Bring a group, but I mean for you to play at Polar Park. I'm not going to rule out that you can't hit the Worcester wall from home plate. It could be, but I think it's awesome. I think it's great. You have men, you have women. I met Jean from Ipswich who comes in. We're talking about a league of their own. It's you know, it's for everybody, and I think that we are looking to you, just as you're looking to us, to help children fall in love with the game that we've all loved all our lives. We know how great it is, and it's wholesome. It's outside, it's sun, it's grass and dirt, it's beneath the sky. It's just good, and I love that you do it first thing, because I know that feeling that you know when you're going from sleep to waking up, and you say it's a game day, and that moment is a bit of an adrenaline rush that helps you get out of bed. And when the WooSox are home, as we have been for most of the last 2 weeks, and you're waking up, you're fatigued. We work, day and night. You go, it's a game day, and I know that you feel that. And I think that it's great that you really span the spectrums in age. I also want to thank Richard Burke from Fallon Health, because I think that there's no better association than Fallon Health with you, along with us. They've been a great partner. They're one of the reasons that we chose Worcester. When the business community came forth and said, no, we really want you to come, it meant something. Just as when we got those 10,000 postcards, it meant something. Just as when the mayor, the city councilors, I see Councilor Rosen, these people couldn't have been better, not just cheerleaders for Worcester, but passionate advocates for Worcester. And all I can tell you is you can talk about business and finance and legal and negotiations, throw all that in a bucket. It was a human decision. And the decision to come is based on how we were made to feel. And when Larry Lucchino, who's had a long career, and this will take him to Cooperstown, walks along that main concourse and people are walking up and thanking him, it's the best return that he's ever gotten in his career. We've never been welcomed in a city the way we've been welcomed here. So to the mayor, to the council, to our state senators, to our business community, and to each of you, I'm just here to say on behalf of all of us with the WooSox, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's go. Let's play.
We're going to do our ceremonial first pitch, and I just wanted to recognize, although he was named as his protocol by the mayor, but Gary Rosen, our city councilor, is here. I just want to give him a round of applause for one thing in particular, and that is last year, when it was doubtful we were going to be able to play because of COVID, Gary led the charge for us to get approved. And, you know, all things need that little extra push, and Gary gave it to us. So, Gary, I'd like to thank you for that. A little over 30 years ago, a man came back to this area after playing softball in a winter Florida league. He just couldn't stand not being able to play when he was back home. So he got some like-minded seniors together, and they just started playing. He said they didn't always have enough players to have two teams. They didn't have uniforms at first, but they made do. And then after a couple of seasons, they formed what is now our Worcester County Senior Athletic Association, and that gentleman is Ray Loring. Come on down, Ray. Ray is the founder of our league, so he gets away with not wearing our hat because he's kissing up to the WooSox wearing their hat.
That's all right.
I see some tickets in his future.
I see that. That's great.
Ray, we want to thank you. We're going to have Ray, and Leo is going to join in a minute. And we want to thank you for having the vision, the energy, still to be able to come out here, and he still comes out and plays with us here and there, not as often, but still comes. And to have that and to create, look what you've created, Ray. And this isn't everybody. This is everybody who could make it. You started this, baby, and we're so grateful, Ray. Thank you so much. From the team, and from the board, we have, not easily, and mostly with first names only, we autographed a softball. The good news is we've grown so much we couldn't fit everybody, but we got most everybody, and this is for you, an autographed ball from your team. Thank you so much, Ray. Now, one of the earlier, stay right here, we're going to do that. One of the earlier participants in Ray's crazy experiment was a young athlete in his 60-somethings who was also not ready to let something like age get in his way. He loved the game, he still does, he still plays, he still catches, and what's the most fun I think that we all have is when Leo cracks one over the first baseman's head. It's so natural. He can't run worth a crap, but you know what? He hits unbelievable. And you know what? With a runner, it's a double. You're right, Ray. But with that, I'd like Leo to come up as our other senior, and he's going to catch the other opening pitch. So players, take your benches, break up your teams, coaches, and the mayor and Dr. Charles are going to throw out the first pitch. If somebody would grab me a couple of balls.
All right.
Coaches?
You can walk around over here and come into the field and take a picture.
up? Good to see you.
Charles.
Hey! Lori, how you doing? Good to see you. There we go.
Yeah. Anywhere you're up. Anywhere you're comfortable. You two guys are right here. You guys, yeah. Wherever you're comfortable, we're letting you go. Whatever you're going to do, let me get out of the way. Where's Chuck?
Ready? Ready? 1, 2, 3.
All right, now Smiley has something to say, but he's got to talk to Joe. I don't know what this is all about, but Smiley's got to say something to his helper.
Smiley says, play ball. Play ball.
Thank you, everybody.
All right.